Mount Pilatus, the lair of dragons, slumbers at night, shrouded in darkness and mystery, high above Lucerne. As dawn breaks, a band of courageous adventurers climb Pilatus in search of dragons to slay.
Tell you real quick, everybody, the show's not over, and it doesn't actually stop like this. Behind the mountain, the trombone players put down their baritones and they'll pick up their trombones, but it's not built, so we have to pause, and they have to grab their trombones and climb back up the mountain, which is two-dimensional, and they're ready. So now we keep going.
The adventurers stumble across a dragon lair and awaken the mighty beast. Wow.
Okay, give them a big round of applause. So that was part 3. There's 5 parts. That was part 3. We're not done yet, but we've got to let them switch instruments because now this goes into the fast, but this is the battle. They started to play the battle. They started to play a little bit. I'm going to have them rewind, play that again, and go on. Now that we've switched instruments. Now we're back to baritone. We don't march trombones, mostly, by the way. The real reason is so we can do tighter visuals and marching because the trombone sticks out so far. I have them march with baritone. That way they're closer. I can do tighter formations. Here we go. Part 4.
The mighty dragon must now battle the intruders of his domain. I almost started the music, I forgot. So that's all the drill we know so far. Now we're going to play part 5 for you. We're going to grab a music stand, and we're going to jump back out, and we're going to play it. We're going to park and play because we don't have the drill. We don't know the marching for the rest of it. But that's a lot of drill. Give them another hand. That was crazy amount of drill. That's hard. That's hard. Honestly, I didn't think we would get that far in 2 weeks. And that's another question while they're getting set up that I'll just mention to you is people ask me, well, how far are we going to get? I have no idea. It depends on so many variables, and one of the biggest ones that's out of my control is the weather. It totally depends on the weather. We're reliant on that. Also, another thing is how quickly the students have been are memorizing their music and working on it. How hard they've been working on it at home. I'm sure you've all been hearing this at home for weeks leading up to band camp. And so because of that, we're able to progress so far because they've been working so hard at home, just practicing like all night, keeping you awake. It's my dream. But anyway, so, you know, if they do that, also it depends on the how athletic the band is that year. As you can tell, these guys are working hard. They're exhausted when they come home. They're sweating like crazy. And this is a lot of hard work. This is why the state of Illinois gives them a PE waiver, by the way, as you can tell. So anyway, so all of these variables go into it. I have no idea how far we'll get. We just go as far as we can, and we keep adding more and more. I do want to mention, I forgot to read this before we started, so let me please do it real quick right now. I want you to know the soprano saxophone soloist was Sidney Draxler, the trombone soloist was Ben Osborne, and in color guard we had several. We had Susie Sampson, Avery Hale, Becca Bundren, Callie Robinson, Bailey Lush, Cassidy Renkin, and Jalen Burns. So those are all soloists that you saw. Give those all a big hand. We're not done yet. You're still going to hear a little bit more from Sydney and from Ben, soloist right over here behind me. We're going to hear from Ben, and we're going to park and play part 5, the end of the show.